Good afternoon, Mike the MC, bringing another self-care video. Today, I'm going to talk about number 26 from the Catechism with regards to the profession of faith. And in this next several numbers, this section of the Catechism, it'll discuss pretty much our journey to believing in God and how us as Catholics, non-Catholics can come to understand that belief in various ways. This will be a great area to discuss with regard to the Catechism. So we'll start with number 26. Let's get into this. So here is number 26 from the Catechism with regard to part 1 of the Profession of Faith of section 1, I believe, we believe. Number 26 states the following. We begin our profession of faith by saying, I believe or we believe, before expounding the Church's faith as confessed in the Creed, celebrated in the liturgy, and lived in observance of God's commandments and in prayer. We must first ask what to believe means. Faith is a man's response to God who reveals himself and gives himself to man, at the same time bringing man a superabundant light as he searches for the ultimate meaning of his life. Thus we shall consider first that search, chapter 1, then the divine revelation by which God comes to meet man, chapter 2, and finally the response of faith, chapter 3. And I like the breakdown of those 3 chapters, those sections with regard to the Catechism, because a man first has to, when I speak by man, just clearing that out, everybody. When someone is trying to learn about their faith, on who they are, what is the ultimate meaning of life? What is that meaning? What is their purpose? I think it's a great question to start just to reflect on. From that, you can build upon a foundation of which, okay, I like this, I don't like this. I like to do this kind of work, I don't like this kind of work. I want to be married, I don't want to be married, etc., etc. And that connects with that first point of what is my meaning? What is the point of my meaning in life? What do I believe? And there is a great foundation to start off with. And that's for everybody, Catholic and non-Catholic. And I think moving beyond that, arguably, every person, we all have that capacity to ask that question. What do we believe? And arguably, yes, depending on your situation, of course, if you're in a toxic relationship, a captive, even if you are a rich man, super abundant, right, surrounded by all these riches in your home, your farmland, your real estate, whatever, etc., etc. We have all these different things happening in our life, whether we're rich, poor, abundant, suffering. And that comes into play with what we believe. And I'll stress that out again, because if I was so happy, which if I'm poor, can I still be happy? Yes, you can. You can still be happy and poor. Can you be happy and rich? Oh, yes, you can. If I was rich, yeah, I'd get the hot tubs. I'd get all the cool stuff that I would like to have, right? 2-story home, basement, etc., etc. The point is, we can have that wish list, but that wish list can adjust to what you believe at the time. And a very powerful way to believe is learning to believe without that wish list in mind. In other words, if you were the poorest of the poor, but yet you had that belief, you're still happy because you had what you needed the most, what mattered here in your heart, that you believed in something greater. And I think with regard to the profession of faith from the Catholic perspective, we want to search for, okay, we want to know who God is. And so that's why in that first number 26, it relates the chapters 2 and 3 with God coming to man and then our response to him. And so from the profession of faith, I would ask you in the comments, if you don't mind sharing, how has God found you in your life? And how have you responded to him? And I think that is a beautiful reflection to consider for everybody. And it helps people come to believe in greater things in life. I would argue further, depending on that response, are you responding wholeheartedly, half-heartedly, or kind of disinterested? Because the way we respond back to the call of God, that comes into play with regard to, okay, I'm going to do this or I'm not going to do this. Or if I do it half-heartedly, it's like you didn't fulfill the mission. You didn't fulfill what you were doing. Unless the man upstairs has other plans for you to do as well, kind of adding another mission and another mission. And now how does this come to what we believe? Well, arguably, if you have faith through all of that, you would recognize, okay, you had me work on that one project, Lord, okay. Now I see that you pulled me into this other thing. Oh my gosh, I didn't think I'd had the time. Now that I look back on it, Lord, yeah, I can see why you put me there. It helped a lot of people. And so when you're putting the puzzle pieces together and you're seeing from your faith at that time, you can say, oh, I really believed at that time, or that was a really harsh moment because I got fired, I got laid off, and I really was angry at everybody, the world. But then I turned to you, Lord, in that moment, and with all my anger, you're the one who listened to me and brought peace to that anger I had for other people in the world, because you listened to what I had to say deep down in there. And honestly, for everyone listening on this channel, that is the beautiful thing as a counselor trying to talk with everyone here, trying to share what I got from what I know, because I can only teach as far as I know. And connecting that with belief, you believe beyond what you know. That's a cool thing. That's a cool thing. I'll repeat that again. That sounded just great for me to say too. You could teach what you know, but you believe what is beyond what you teach. Beyond what you know. Now I'll find a better way to say that. But what I'm trying to say is faith can go beyond what you teach. And when you are learning something new, something divine to help you through a situation, I didn't take that loan, or I did take that loan. I started that business, and now I'm all up and happy. My family's surviving. We got money and finances. The leap of faith. There we go. That leap of faith. Am I willing to take that to go beyond what I know and to trust in the Lord that He will walk me through those next steps through the valley of darkness? That is the leap of faith. And so as we continue on in this section of the Catechism with regard to what we believe, I'll ask this question for you. What is it that you believe, and what are you going to accomplish for the next new year? What are the goals you're going to set for yourself that you believe that you can do? And those ones that are just above, take a leap of faith. Can you accomplish those? I believe you can. You can do it. So that's from me, Mike the MC, to everyone here. Enjoy your Thursday. Get ready for the new year. Another celebration's coming, so prepare for the party. Celebrate well. See you later.